You cannot save them. You can't save them. You can't save a narcissist. A person that is truly ingrained in being toxic always believes that they're right, can stab you as hard as they want, talk any kind of trash that they want, provoke the living hell out of you to get a response so that they can wave it around and go, look, I told you that's the bad person. There's no saving them. There's no saving it, no matter how much love, doesn't matter how much affection, doesn't matter how much forgiveness, doesn't matter how much, there's no amount. There's never going to be a time when a truly narcissistic person who needs to feel control over others, who needs to intimidate, who needs to talk trash, who needs to triangulate people, triangulate men, devalue men or women. I'm sorry, men and women. I'm sorry. My experience comes from a narc woman. I'll tell y'all, I put out some whoppers in the last couple of days that I've only had up for a limited time and put them on my members. I've even got a 20-minute mirroring a narc. Now, don't mirror a narc rant that I didn't even put out. I don't even know if I'm going to release it because it is like a solid 16 minutes of negative fuel. But that's what they want. That's what narcissists want. And they want everybody else to think you're the narcissist. They want to warp you up and just make you so full of toxicity. Because if you're around somebody like that for long enough, right? If you're under intense abuse, psychological, emotional abuse, manipulation, right? If you're on that 24, I was like, I feel bad. I actually kind of feel bad for anybody who the narcissist decides to target for a long period of time, right? Because to be fair, in my experience with narc abuse, I was targeted for a long time, but it was on and off because I was the secondary supply. Even when I was with her, I was the secondary supply. I was living someplace else. I was living far away. She had a primary supply that she was back behind my back the whole time, and other dudes. But that's why, narcissists, right? They got a stable. Narcissists have a stable of supply. They got the primary supply, the one that they go with all the time, that feeds into that forgives them constantly, gives them what they want, whatever their desires may be. They constantly can fight with, cheat on, come back to, or they can fight each other and all that, and then they have your secondary supply or supplies, which are the ones that they can kind of ghost and put on a timeout, because there's a difference between no contact and just shutting somebody out, ghosting them. There's a difference between, there's two different things, right? It's two different things. No contact is saving your mental health and just not talking to somebody. I haven't been all that good at that, I will admit. But actually ghosting, just ignoring someone, that's a control tactic to use by a narcissist. And also beware of narcissists who actually start to research narcissism and stuff, because what they're trying to do is become better narcissists. They're trying to learn the terminology so that they can flip the script. And that's a part of what a narc does. They create stress, they create abuse, they create these situations, they create strife, they make you crazy, they wind you up, cheating, triangulation, lying, just accusing you of stuff that they're doing, all projection, ignoring any guilt inside themselves by attacking you, denying what they're doing, having temper tantrums. I'm going into a whole damn rant. You can't save them. I didn't even do the intro. A lot of stuff's happening. And I broke the trauma bond a while back. And there was a Hoover. And I got to see things with open eyes for the first time. I got to call moves and see things as they happen, and it was real quick. It was a real quick cycle, but it reaffirmed everything that I've learned. You cannot save them. You can't save them, right? Even that little bit, that little grain of hope that you might have, that they might have actually figured out, or that the person they might triangulate you with, or whatever, or their primary supply, or whoever else, they'd had enough. They had that was actually the evil person, But that's not the case. A narcissist is a narcissist is a narcissist. They collect. I'm sure there's times when narcissists come together and they get with another narcissist. I'm sure that happens, and I don't know, maybe if that happened with what happened with me, but I don't know. I don't care at this point. But what I do know is that for whatever was going on over there, I'm not going to talk about it. The common denominator of all factors involved is the narcissist. that narcissist whipping people up. They want to spread pain. They want you to make crazy. They want you to break you. They want to break you. They want to destroy you. They want to destroy your momentum. They want to destroy anything that you've built, especially if you're a productive person. Like, they're fascinated with your productivity at first, but then they become jealous of it because they don't have that within them. Some narcs do. Some narcs are professionals, like grandiose narcissists, but some like narcs, like if they have like heavy addiction issues or like real severe insecurities, if their focus is like being a con artist and destroying people, that's all they care about. And when you're triangulated with something like that, listen, I talk to you all about mirroring narcs. I can mirror narcs real well because I've actually been around not just that narcissist, my narc ex, but there's narcissists in my past. People that have narcissism in my family. I didn't even know that. So, like all that stuff, like it breeds over. Like if you're around people, you develop a culture. If you're around a toxic person, you're going to develop toxic tendencies if you decide to stay around them, especially in a toxic relationship. There's a lot of abuse and bullying and intimidation and name calling and smearing and ghosting and treating people like crap, right? So, like, in a way, I'm kind of like thankful on this. I was the secondary supply. To be honest, like, I'm kind of thankful. But I was used a lot because I'm hot-tempered and because I really did love what was, had a lot of emotions involved. When you have a lot of emotions invested, that narcissist is going to use it against you because they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They're counting on the fact that you've got abandonment issues or codependency, or that you're like, a dreamy love type. You love the idea of love, things like they depend on that to play their con games. And when they come, and somebody like me, or if anybody who's like got a social media presence, or somebody who's got a lot of followers, there's a lot of attention, like that's a whole shit ton of negative fuel for a narcissist, a whole shit ton. And in the end, they don't really care if they expose themselves. A lot of narcissists do, but like when it comes to just getting that negative attention, even if they are being exposed in public, like that's still negative attention, and they will convince themselves they are right. They will stab you hard as hell. They'll stab anybody hard as hell and blame you for it. And when you have an issue and you react, you're the narcissist. Oh, you're the toxic one. You're the narcissist. You're the problem. It's your mouth. Always and forever. And if you're in a triangulation situation, or that narcissist has flying monkeys and cosigners, toxic people who don't give a damn if they right or wrong. They know they wrong. They just love chaos. They love seeing people be destroyed. So they're going to co-sign to that shit. They're going to jump in on it because they want the Jerry, the Jerry Springer show. That's all they want. They don't care. Ignorant people, like really ignorant people who don't care about anybody else, who have no freaking empathy and just love to watch, train wrecks. They're going to spout nonsense and accuse you of being something you're not, and they're going to project and all that just to get a reaction, just because they know that they're wrong. That's how these demons are. Y'all, get right with source. Whatever God you believe in, whatever connection to the light, to source, and you're not bullshitting yourself. You're not a spiritual narcissist. Get in on that. Believe in that. Believe in good. Believe in the good in yourself. Because there are demons out here. Dark forces out here. Had a narcissist in my house, in my kitchen, almost caught on fire. The electrical outlet blew up because there was a demon in my house. And the spirits, my guardians, everything, angels, everything, they were like, oh my, they were freaking out. There's a demon in here. Sitting down at my dining room table, reading the Satanic Bible. Like, what the fuck? Listen. Slow down, Steve. You can't save them. You can't save them. Especially if you're like, they expect you to be loud and if there's a history, because they depend on that culture. They depend on that emotional reactivity, that trauma they've already put into it, the damage they've already done. They already know, like that reaction, they already know how you're going to be. And so like when they come at you, especially if they got like a toxic partner, if they're triangulating you, if you've become kind of like a hate salve between those two, like a hate bond, because they hate each other so much, they fighting and cheating and screwing and beating each other up and whatever they're doing, and they look forward to, cheating on an outside party, getting into a conflict for that and get negative fuel, then turning around and blaming the third party that the one of them sought out to screw, and then attacking that person, right? So expect that, especially if you like go no contact, especially if you like don't feed into it, or if you act in a way that they don't expect because you see it coming, you're calling it out, you can play games. I don't suggest playing games with narcs. Listen, I talk about this like I'm proud of myself being a narcissist slayer. Look, that's ego, really. I have to be honest. I know how to do it. I've been doing it. This last round, I called every damn move. I called it to the person's face. I got to tell them that they were evil to their face. Insane, literally, plain speech. And called their moves. And watched it unfold in front of me. Don't even let it get to that point, y'all. Go no contact. Don't even let it get to that point. Don't be curious. There's no saving them. You don't need to be curious. You don't need to try again. They're evil. Trust your intuition. That person's a demon. Trust what they've done. Trust how they've acted. Trust how they have dissed you every single time. They've come into your life with sex or promises and love this and da-da-da and let's do this and I'm sorry's, and then they wait for the calculated time to stab you as absolute hard and demonic and evil as they can before they up and ghost and go to somebody else to make them feel special and make you feel like dirt and just cut off contact and then go talk trash everywhere that they can and then point the finger when you get upset. They love that negative fuel. They love that contact. There's no saving them. There's no saving them. Don't go on social media and blow up. Sometimes you got to expose. Expose them does piss them off. Yes, stand up for yourself if you got to. If you got to mirror a narc, understand what you're doing. You're kicking a hornet's nest. You're kicking a hornet's nest. All right? Because mirroring a narcissist is being as ruthless as them. It's manipulating them with truth. It's because what a narcissist does is they bring you up and then they bring you down. They love bomb you and then they destroy you. And when they keep doing that until they've got you trapped in this freaking cycle where you don't have control over your own body chemistry and your own mind because you're so used to these crazy extremes. And you're begging for breadcrumbs from this person. You're begging and hoping, like, I can't believe they were this good, and all of a sudden they're this evil. No, they're that evil. The evil that they did to you, that's who they really are. The good, that's all fake. It's all it's all set up to destroy you. And you can do that to them. You can play with they're emotionally immature. That's why they do what they do. Some of them are smarter than others, granted, but they're all emotionally immature. They're like little evil dancing clowns. They're running around like 5-year-olds having temper tantrums. They're liars, con artists. There's no saving them. And, if you get triangulated and they come after you, right? And you play, whether you try and mirror them, whether you talk shit, whether you just have complete control over yourself, you're going to see them too acting wild, either together or separate, because that narcissist has that other person they triangulated you with come so toxic and so abused and so used to fight and so in fight or flight. They got them so twisted that they're just they're hating everything. They're acting like a narcissist. You hang around people long enough, you become their culture. You get abused by somebody long enough, they condition you. Narcissists condition you. But trust and believe, whether they're together coming at you or separate. If you just back up and just, I'm done, and remove your energy, they're going to destroy each other. That narcissist has other supply. All right? If it's a chick narcissist, she has a cock carousel. Trust and believe. If it's a dude, he's got a stable. They have other supplies. They have emergency supplies. They have supplies they can call up out of from 6 months ago if they really need somebody to give them attention, so that they can fake and fool, whether it's good or bad, so that they can have some sense of control over someone else. And they're always right. They're ignorant. Dog ignorant, always right. And the more wrong they are, the angrier they'll get because they're right. There's no saving them. There's no saving them. Walk away. Walk away from it. You know what's going on over there. You've heard enough stories. That narcissist coming around to you, especially trying to hoover you back in, trying to make you jealous about what they're doing with the other person. They know that you want to do with them. Talking about them, using words. I used to say to Narc X, because I really genuinely did love her more than I'd ever loved anyone in my life. I wouldn't say I loved you. I say I adore you. Because it was special. I wanted it to be special. It was a special thing. This last round, she came around and used it. I know, deep down inside, he adores me. I'm just watching this evil clown. It's like, pardon me. I'm sorry. Steve, stop. There's no saving them. There's no saving them. They're going to talk trash anyway. They're going to spin the story anyway. Remember, they're always the victim, right? You're always going to be the aggressor, the bad person, no matter how good you are, how loyal, how much you tried. Doesn't matter. Does not matter what the factual history is. You're actually the narcissist and the abuser, right? And they're the victim, and they're gonna run with that narrative forever. No amount of facts, no amount of receipts, no amount of actions, no amount of like God Himself, Jesus Christ, could come down in your living room and leave a document that you can visually see verified that person's wrong. That narcissist is going to be like, nah, that ain't right. That ain't the truth. That's forgery. That's a lie. I'm the victim. I'm right. There's no saving them. None. And yeah, it's messed up. Let them go destroy somebody else. Like, I swear to God, I was of the mind. Like, I was of the mind. I'm sorry. Maybe I misled some of y'all. I was of the mind. Mirror these motherfuckers into narcissistic collapse. What I have understood from doing it so well this last round, from calling out what was going on, and watching and observing and like literally like playing games back. Liars don't deserve the truth. Fake people don't deserve the real you. Play the game. And I did, up and down. Let them feel like they have control, and then, bring them down, control, and then give them a freaking nut punch of truth. That probably caused fist fights and stuff, because that was their culture. I got the, what did I do? I clowned the other guy, the other toxic guy that, was getting abused. What did I do? I pointed out the fact to a third party, because NarcX's thing is to just ignore you. You're going on a timeout. You're going on a timeout, because it's a control thing. It's a control thing. And that's actually kind of a tactic they use, again, because it's something that they fear, being nothing to nobody. And so she would leave the door open for him, right? For the other one, for the primary supply. And the history had been, we'd mess with each other, because he was messing with me. She had him so warped up and so jealous of me, and me so jealous of him. And I understood that. And so, I did mirror and I did do a little toxic, but what I did this time was that I got her through him, because she spilled the beans that I actually got her through him last time. But it was pretty severe what happened, from what I understand. And there was a lot of physical abuse that happened and stuff with guns. And I actually feel bad about that. Because, although I shouldn't care, because this heartless demon did what they did, but really, what am I doing? What am I doing? Am I really am I that evil? Am I evil like that? And do evil people deserve that? I guess it's like an ethical thing for people, but I don't know, man. My heart, I can be dark, but I stopped. I played them for a little bit this time. I'm done. All right, just go away. Because I honestly do hope they go and go be happy. If you guys can possibly be happy and love each other, go do it. Go do it. I'm done. There's no saving them. Understand, there's no saving them. And there's no amount of love that you can give. There's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do. A person who embraces their demons, who becomes one, who literally just does not care, who gets joy and thrill from destroying other people, lying, and just being the nastiest trash. There's no saving them, right? They're going to go home to hell at some point, whatever that may be. That's where they're headed. There's nothing you can do. You can't love that out of them. Walk away. Maybe it took me too long to learn that lesson. Maybe it definitely did, because I'm smarter than this. I'm smarter than all this. I've been smarter than all this the whole time. And I've lost so much, and I've lost so much momentum. I ain't proud. And I'm sure it's the same for y'all. You're not going to be proud no matter how long it lasted or what was going on. But you are the better person. You are the better person, no matter how long you're around them, or if you try to mirror them, or if you grafted toxic cultures from them. Okay, it's just happened. Just understand, you were in an abusive situation. And it's okay to say that. You ain't got to feel like a victim. But you ain't got to feel that way. I have been the target of a vicious abuser who gathers other abusers and co-signers to come after somebody because they're heartless evil. They don't care. But it's up to you. I think you can't do nothing about that. It's up to you to pull yourself out of it. And understand, if you mirror a narc and you come after that narc, right? If you do things like I have done in the past and recently did, which is play with their insecurities, circumvent that false ego, and just dick punch them right in their broken inner child. You know what I mean? Like that they collapse. They go into a frenzy, a frothing frenzy, and they will do anything. They will absolutely do it. They're vindicated anyway. They're right. No matter what they do, they're right. They are vindicated to be as evil and heartless and attack in every direction that they can. And honestly, that puts a target on you. So if you're dealing with like more than one narc, or if you're dealing with more than one toxic person, the best thing to do is just, I'm done. Let them eat each other alive. Let them do that. Let the other person who may have been a good at some point, may have had some damages or whatever, and then was whipped up into this awful toxic person, this abused, conditioned, coercedly evil person by a narcissist. Let them figure out that they got to get out of it. It's sad. Like, I feel bad saying that. My mind for the last year has been, you know what I mean? Like, bring back dueling, You know what I mean? My mind has been that, really. And I do believe that. Like, I believe that, like, we should just execute these fools. There's no reason for them. They're doing nothing. There's too many of them out there. Narcissistic people out there. Like, we really just should just, like, take them out. I don't know what to say. But we can't at this point, right? You can't, unless you do it covertly, you know what I mean? But fighting them just draws you in. It exchanges more energy with them. Playing with them, mirroring them, all that. It's just, and there's always going to be that little bit in you that went through what you went through. Doesn't matter how far you've come, how much you've healed, and where you've gotten to. There's always going to be that little bit in you that still hurts from somebody you loved that much and believed in that much, finding out that they're freaking evil. It is what it is. Except that they're going to be out there after something happens, whether you react or not, because they're looking for a reaction. Whether you react or respond or mirror, you know what I mean, drop kick their broken inner child, whatever it is, you expose them for exactly who they are. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Especially the more intense you come back, the more intense you hurt them back. All right? Because hurting them, actually hurting their insecurities, which they're full of, that's what they're running from. That's why they need control over others. They have no control over them. They're trying to avoid facing themselves. All right, that's the worst. That actually is the absolute worst, because that's going to get the biggest reaction. And the second that's going to hurt them the most is like no contact. You treat them like they don't exist, because then they're going to really be freaking out because, you can't tell me I don't exist. I control you. I own you. I'm always right and I'm the victim. What's wrong with you? And then no matter what you do, go silent, no matter what, it doesn't matter. There's going to be a period of time where they freak out. They freak out like an avatar full of Riri's. All right. Rage-filled, mad, insane, disassociated clowns jumping around, waving their hands in the air in every direction with anybody that they can, making as much noise as they can to try and piss you off or devalue you. They'll make it, it's a circus. And the fly monkey's going to be in there, and all the other toxic people and all the other narcissists and that love, ganging up on people, they're all going to be there. You just got to let it go. You stifle your own growth. You can't save them. You stifle your own growth trying to save them, going back, letting yourself get hoovered back in. You're stifling your own growth. That's what it is. You're stopping yourself from progressing. And that narc, if you're a secondary supply, or, I don't know what it's like for primaries because I wasn't one, but if you're a secondary supply, they're going to come back when you're strong, when you start gaining strength, momentum, you start feeling good about yourself. That they're going to sense that shit. Like, oh, I got to go over there and destroy him. Or her. They're going to do that. Because like karma, I believe in karma, and karma balances out. So that primary supply, whoever else that they're messing with at that moment, it's probably fallen out. It's probably like over abused, or might be actually standing up for themselves, creating boundaries, calling them out, not taking their shit no more. And a narc can't handle that. Narc can't handle that because the narcissist is the victim. So they're gonna go to another supply and destroy them, and then put that other person on time out, and make them and hope that and let them feel abandoned, and not have them around, so they can come back and control. They'll be so happy when the narcissist comes back for another round of abuse. I get it. I was in that. It's not as nice. That's not a cool place to be. Understand. There is no saving them. None. You gotta save yourself. Learn, right? Get away from it. Heal up. Most of us have to learn what the hell a narcissist is, what narcissistic abuse is, after you've been through something with an insane demon like that, because you've never been through anything like that. You've never met anybody that's selfish and insane and unable to reason and always thinks they're the victim and always blames you and creates problems and blames you and it destroys and abuses and does and blames you, you know, and just will refuse to be held accountable. They may apologize, but they will do the same exact shit the next day. And then when you ask them for another apology, they'll complain. I'm not apologizing to you all the time. It's a circus. It's a circus of sad, stupid clowns. Don't take the makeup off. If you're a victim of it, if you're a target, take the makeup off, take the red nose off and the shoes and just leave. It's time for you to go. And once you go through that, once you come out of it, you understand what they are, like, and also heal up yourself. Okay, not just the traumas they put in you, you know, but like whether it was traumas or whether it was a lack of awareness of dealing with somebody who's that deceptive, who's that like much of a con artist, then you figure that out. You need to educate yourself. Continue to educate yourself. Heal yourself. Be stronger so you can see him coming. Or you can deal with it. Sometimes they might slip by. A toxic or narcissistic person might slip by and try and grab you with a knife, but you'll recognize what it is and you won't react the way you had in the past to that. You're going to respond. Whether that response is just you're doing what you got to do, stepping away. There is no saving them. They're always going to lie. They're always going to cheat. They're always going to triangulate. They're always going to manipulate. Everything they say is manipulation. Everything they do is manipulation. They're always looking to screw you over. They're always looking to, and if they can, and if you're with a practiced narcissist who's been doing it for a long time, they just like naturally know how to come at you and trigger you. They know how you're going to come back at their absurdity, and they're going to mold it into whatever they want, into whatever version of the story that they need to make it to further piss you off with their immature nonsense and lies to create more fuel. All it is a self-sustaining system of being an evil, soulless, black-hearted piece of shit. That's all they're about. And that's not what you're about. So to understand, there's no saving them. None. No chance. There's no chance, all right? At some point, they're going to go back home to hell. You have to just understand that. Or hopefully they run into a narc who's worse than them or something. Bring back dueling. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But it ain't for you. It ain't for you to think about, sit around about, and worry about. Really. It's been weird for me to find like this balance, you know? Because honestly, I hadn't been content for a while because I didn't want to think about it because I was cool. I was cool. I was really, and then Narc I saw it and came back. I was like, oh my God, he's getting stronger. So I smell strength. Let me go destroy this person because this one's so beaten down. Like, you know what I mean? And didn't understand. You know, I could see it coming a mile away. Did I still allow the person a little bit? Yeah, I did. And have a little bit of hope that like maybe that they, yeah, I did. Absolutely, I did. You know, but from day one, coming and sitting at the table with the Satanic Bible, shit blowing up in the kitchen, just the double talk that was going on, I saw it. And it was just like, oh, fuck. All right, well, might as well just run through this course, you know. And it got to the point where it was just like I started calling out the moves, and literally the moves happened as soon as they did. You know, like, that's not going to happen. Then it literally happens. And you're just like watching it. It's just like watching a play unfold. Like, okay, I've seen this episode before. I know there's a rerun. I know this. The only mistake I made this time was mirroring. I shouldn't have mirrored. I shouldn't have played with anybody's head. I shouldn't have caused whatever I'm sure, fights and physical stuff that was going on. That was their culture. I should have just been like, all right, bye. I should have just waved to close the door. It's like, she was ghosting, bye. That's what I should have did, but I didn't. Because ego. There's no saving them. Never come back. Tell them. Just tell them. Never come back. Go live your life. Have a good time. Bye-bye. Go be with so-and-so. Go be with Rana. Go live your life. Have a good time. You know what? Just I don't want nothing more to do it. Go. Never come back. And then shut up. That's kind of the hardest part. For someone like me, that's the hardest part. Just shutting up. But I got to do it this time. I'm going to do it this time. I'm done shutting up. There's no saving them, y'all. None. No matter how much you love them. God, this video's a half hour. All right, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And never again suffer that fool. Walk away.